This is Subramaniam Shankar. Artificial intelligence, the buzzword now. Okay, now the entire world is moving from the traditional infrastructure. Okay, it moved from the traditional infrastructure to a cloud-based infrastructure. Okay, the 2010s, 11, 12, etc. Now there's a shift towards the artificial intelligence. Now the biggest concern about the artificial intelligence is the governance part of it. Okay, now, what is the governance? Okay, governance is much higher than the management. Management takes care of your day-to-day operations. Okay, but the governance is going to be on the strategic level. Okay, now what are the things that the management, what are the activities that the management is actually doing is given to them by the governance committee. So the AI governance is very important because they need to maintain the organization with respect to the regulatory requirements. Okay, so a lot of regulatory requirements that are available in the artificial intelligence that we are going to have a look at in this particular video series. Okay, so join me for the a series on artificial intelligence. Okay, we're going to cover AI governance, AI risk, and then AI security. Good. Governance refers to the framework. Okay, now ISO 42000 is a management framework. Okay, so when you look at the governance framework, we have got the most popular thing is we have three frameworks. One is from the UK, okay, the innovation team, okay, they have got a framework. And the other one is European Union AI Act. Okay, the other one is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. Okay, these three organizations, they have come up with the governance framework for artificial intelligence. So we are going to start our governance today, and then in each and every video, we're going to cover an aspects of what an ethical AI is, okay, responsible AI is, trustworthy AI is. So what are the seven pillars of trustworthy AI? What is the foundation of trustworthy AI, the robust AI, all these things, okay? So it's a framework of policies and oversight mechanism. The oversight mechanism is the keyword here. There's something of the human oversight that we'll discuss, okay? The human in command, okay, in the loop, outside the loop, on the loop, okay, all these things we are going to discuss in the forthcoming videos. So the oversight mechanism that ensures artificial intelligence are designed, deployed, managed in a way that ethical, safe, transparent, and aligned to the societal values and regulatory requirement. Okay. So each and every word here, okay, is very important. Okay, designed. Okay, that means you need to, for example, if you're going to have a model that works on a data set having the personal data, when you're designing it, you should also consider privacy by design. When you're deploying it, okay, it should be through a proper service management. Okay, change management record should be there, and people should have evaluated that and approved it. Okay, how's the evaluation done for the change management? You need to have a justification, implementation plan, test plan, okay, and the rollback plan. Okay, all these things needs to be in place. Okay, the run book will definitely have roles and responsibilities for the complete change implementation or the deployment. Okay, and managed in a way that are ethical. Okay, so we'll look at the ethical AI. Okay, safe with respect to the harms to the environment, transparent. Okay, we're going to discuss about the transparency, like how the AI system actually works. Okay, aligned to the societal values. Okay, what is required for the society, and that's called as a responsible AI. Okay, we'll discuss about that. Policies and standards. Obviously, you need the governance policies and standards. Most of them are okay from the management system, ISO 42001. Okay, but when I look at the governance, okay, it is more towards the strategy. Okay, we always say about the vision, mission, etc. Right? So we'll also discuss about the policies and standards. One of the standards that's available now for AI is 42001, and we've got the NIST risk management framework. Okay, there is anywhere there. Again, the NIST has also released a document on adversarial machine language. Okay, AML. We'll discuss about that as well. Ethics and compliance. Okay, it's called the ethical AI. Okay, to respect the individuality. Okay, and then the privacy and their unbiased nature. All these things becomes a part of your ethics. Okay, oversight and accountability, governance framework. Okay, monitoring, evaluating, holding the stakeholders accountable for the AI-related decisions. More than that, okay, the oversight is, as I told you, right, the human oversight is actually called as. For every stage of artificial intelligence, you should have somebody accountable for it. The RACI, okay, we'll look at an example sample RACI chart or RACI table for the artificial intelligence management system in forthcoming videos. Fairness. What are the fairness? The key component. Fairness is you are unbiased. Okay, so it's called as a fairness. So when you take a decision, you don't bias your decision based on the ethnicity. Okay, you don't or any based on the gender, based on the religious beliefs. Okay, it's called the fairness. What is transparency? You have to each and every part of the artificial intelligence, okay, every step. Okay, there's a transparency in nature. From where did you get the model? From where did you get the from where did you get the data set? Okay, and who is actually involved in the pre-processor pipeline 2? Who is actually involved in pre-processor pipeline 1? Okay, who is accountable, responsible for the deployment? Okay, and explainability. Now, whenever based on the inputs, okay, and the output of the to the model, we need to be in a position to explain, okay, how the things are actually happening. That's called the explainability. Each and every step, okay, you should be in a position to prove where did you get that. That's called the explainability of the AI decision making. Data quality, privacy protection, the risk management. The quality of the data is very important. Okay, there is always an attack. Okay, in the AI called as a data drift. Okay, so when the input data to a model is going to be a bit different, it could be justified also. For example, the market is shifting towards one particular product to another product, other type of product. Okay, so the data drift, which, for example, usually the data sets are inherent to the organization. If you want to understand how the organization works and they want to go for predictable AI, okay. Now, these data sets which are there for the organization might also see a drift in the data which is justifiable. Okay, for example, let's say Carrefour supermarket. Okay, all the supermarkets in Dubai, be it in the Mall of the Emirates or be it in Wafi Mall, be it in Dera City Center, wherever it is, okay, if they are connected, okay, together, they will have a huge set of data, okay, pertaining to all the customers. And obviously, you have loyalty points. That means that your mobile number is linked to your purchases. Okay, so over the period of time, they can have all your data set, and they can take a decision or predict what you're actually going to buy. It's called the predictable AI. Okay, so predict what you're actually going to do. Now, in this particular case, okay, the quality of data is very important, and obviously, okay, the mobile number to which you are connected, okay, is your private mobile number, at least as long as you're going to use it. So the privacy protection should also be there. There's also a risk management implementation should be there. Okay, obviously we have got an NIST risk management framework, okay, to support you. There is ISO standard as well for artificial intelligence risk management. Okay, so ensure that the quality of the data that you are actually feeding into the model after the deployment, okay, is good enough, and the privacy protections are inbuilt. Okay, privacy by design and privacy by default is what we actually say. And in case of an artificial intelligence, privacy by design is also very important. Okay, and risk management is applied to every single stage, okay, of the AI. Okay, for example, there's an secure AI framework from the Google. So there is an schematic, okay, where you can apply. There are a lot of components there. For every single component, the risk that I identified. Okay, where all the risks that can actually happen. So if you look at the risk, we have got secure framework from the Google. We have got OWASP top 10 LLM vulnerability, and you've got adversarial machine language from the NIST. Okay, and we have also got NIST risk management framework. This ISO standard, I forgot the name of it. Okay, that is also there for your assessing the risk of the AI system. Continuous monitoring of the AI outcomes and performance are very important. Okay, that will tell you. Okay, because there are a lot of metrics in AI. Okay, the accuracy and all these things. Okay, so just ensure that if your output is deviating, okay, from what your problem definition is, okay, ideally then you have to revisit, okay, your complete deployment to see, okay, if there is an parameter that requires a tuning or where exactly what is the reason for the deviation. Stakeholder engagement, have a clear cut RACI chart, okay, involve them at every stage. Okay, even if they are not in the approving capacity, in the sense like if they're not accountable for a particular activity, ensure that they are informed. They cannot say that ignorance is not a bliss all the time. Okay, importance of way governance, mitigate the bias. Okay, we discussed about the bias, inclination towards a particular future. Okay, maybe a grouping, ethnicity, as I told you, right? Religious belief, trade union memberships. Okay, if you look at the ICO way of looking into it, okay, there's a special category. Okay, if you're going to incline toward the special category of the data, then that's not something that we want. Okay, we need to have an unbiased approach towards the artificial intelligence processing. Privacy breaches and security threats. Okay, so as I told you, right, there are, if you look at the NIST special publication, okay, on the predictive AI taxonomy and Gen AI taxonomy, etc. There are so many attacks that are specified. Ensure that those attacks are not there. In fact, the OWASP AI testing guide it's a very good one if you want to test your artificial intelligence implementation. We will also cover that on the coming videos. Trust and confidence, okay, for the users, regulators, and society. The people who are giving their data to you, okay, you should give them the confidence that, okay, so the data is not misused. Okay, the privacy by design and default is actually incorporated. So that builds the trust the customers is going to have on you. And regulators as well. Okay, if you're going to have the regular audits, okay, and with a certification body or Big Four, okay, and have the report done handy, that gives them a confidence saying that they trust you. So, okay, you are very, it's a responsible, okay, for ensuring the artificial AIMS, okay, is good enough. Guides responsible AI innovation, ensures alignment with the legal ethical framework. Okay, once you have set the baseline for your AI governance, any innovation that you're actually going to do, okay, you can apply the same principle in the process to ensure that there's no deviation from the regulatory compliance. Okay. Key principles, human oversight. Okay, we discussed about this. The humans should be involved at every stage. Okay, from inception to the retirement. Okay, so you got the human in command. Okay, so it's like a supervisory capacity and human in loop. Okay, so that means they're engaged in the design, human on the loop. Okay, that means when the operations are actually taking place, they're involved at every stage, and humans out of the loop. Okay, that basically means that the AI system is something that can monitor, like that can monitor themselves. Okay, like an agentic AI, okay, or AI agents. Okay, which can take care of themselves. Okay, in that particular stage, then you can say that. But what I'm still saying is, even in that particular stage, okay, if you find a deviation, okay, we need to get into the work and start controlling them. Okay, transparency. We discussed about this. Okay, how the AI decision making is actually done. So your explainability, fairness, transparency. Okay, your transparency and fairness. Okay, the part of your data protection. Okay, and accountability, clear cut responsibility. You have a racy chart to identify who's accountable, who's responsible, who is consulted, who's informed. Safety and security. Safety is more towards the environments. Okay, any single. Okay, we will always ensure the societal security is actually upheld when it comes to artificial intelligence management system. At the same time, okay, you are ensuring that your AIMS is secure from all the adversaries. Fairness and discrimination that comes under the ethical AI. Okay, do not discriminate and unbiased processing and output with respect to the artificial intelligence management system. Data protection and the privacy. Okay, obviously, for example, the Information Commissioner's Office of the UK has released a toolkit, rather a checklist, which involves the data protection and the privacy, because it's an AI. Okay, the entire world is moving towards AI. Okay, so we need to. It's the right time to get into see how the privacy is, withheld or privacy is preserved. Okay, when it comes to artificial intelligence usage. Okay. Proportionality. Okay, now the implementation of artificial intelligence and governance, etc., should not be commensurate in sense like there should be a justification. Okay, now the implementation of AIMS and the governance should not be at the cost of degrading something else. One thing we should always remember is the business exists for making money. Okay, there's always you implement security, you implement privacy, artificial intelligence management system. Our objective is to support the business to make more money. Okay, so proportionality should be there when you're implementing AIMS. Human-centric design. Okay, we'll always ensure that the human values are upheld. Okay, so we will not be implementing the artificial intelligence management system to cause a harm to the individual. There are three types of harm: harm to the individual, harm to society, and harm to the organization. Okay, we'll also discuss this on the further videos. Ethical AI, we discussed about this risk management. Okay, NIST, artificial intelligence risk management framework is there. ISO standards actually there. And auditability. Okay, ensure that your implementation of artificial intelligence is auditable. Okay, how? By implementing 42001. Okay, or any other, you can have your own frameworks. Okay, as I told you, the frameworks can be inherited or adopted from AI innovation or European Union AI Act or Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Okay, the AI Act. Okay, you can follow any of this to ensure it's auditable. Okay, continuous improvement. The BCQRST is something which I always mention. Increasing the benefits, reducing the cost, increasing the risk, reducing the risk, increasing the quality. Okay, and then QRST, increasing the scope and reducing the timeline. So BC, okay, increasing the benefits and reducing the cost. QRST, improving the quality and reducing the risk, improving the scope and reducing the turnaround time. Okay, if you're going to do any of this, it's called as a continuous improvement. And usually every organization will have a service improvement process to club the AI related improvements together. Need not be only AI related, can also be a security, service management, or business continuity, but you have to, they can also club it together as a part of the SIP and implement that. Multi-stakeholder engagement. Okay, now this called as a collaboration. Okay, or cross-functional. Okay, you need to have the representation from multiple departments, various departments within the organization, and also externally, wherever possible, involve the government entity when you're designing the AI management system, but they cannot be available for you for a day-to-day operation. Whenever it requires an advisory, okay, you can always go to them and ask, okay, how can we have this thing done? Okay, this was a multi-stakeholder engagement. Okay, the stakeholder, okay, is like interested party. The regulatory body is also an interested party, external interested party. Understand their expectation. Okay, in case of the GDPR, okay, so you can always go for the supervised authority. You can ask them for an advice. Okay, they'll be more than happy to give you. In case of an artificial intelligence, okay, which involves the personal data, you can definitely go to them and ask for advice. Okay, they'll be more than happy to help you out. Rather than to fix it initially, okay, you cannot, rather than to leave a way for the breach to happen, you can fix it at the later point of time with all the penalties. It's better to always approach them at the outset, okay, and get all your information fixed, okay, all your doubts cleared, okay, and all the vulnerabilities fixed, and go for your, AIMS operations. So there's a range of certification that we have actually got. Training that includes certification from Brit Certifications and Assessment UK, Certified AI Officer, which is also based on ISO 42001, Certified AI Security Officer, AI Governance Officer, AI Privacy Professional, okay, which is based on, all these things are based on, at least Privacy Professional, okay, it's a mix of the UK GDPR and ICO toolkit with respect to the artificial intelligence. Okay, thank you very much. This is Subramaniam. So you can stay subscribed to this channel, okay, for your regular videos related to AI, AI security, and data protection officer. Cheers. Thank you.